Thank you for logging on to this Norwell High School sports broadcast brought to you by WellsCountyVoice.com, a division of the Voice Enterprises. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors you hear throughout the game. So be sure to visit their businesses and use their services as often as possible, and tell them thanks for their support. We encourage you to go to the games and support your local team, but when you just can't make it, we're here for you. Now it's time for the pregame show on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Castle, where your Norwell Knights take on their rivals on 224, the Bellmont Braves. This is Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker, bringing you the action from Ossian this evening, and we've got a decent crowd in the house, Derek. We've got the pep band. It feels like Hoosier hysteria.
Sure does, and it's a Friday night of boys basketball, and we've got ourselves a conference game. These two teams have played 47 times over the last 30 years. That's an incredible number, being in the same sectional, and Bellmont does hold the advantage in that one.
Yeah, now that was built over a decade ago by the Bellmont squad, pretty dominant back in the 90s. Even in the late 80s, they were really good. But Norwell, it's been all Norwell over the last dozen years or so. That overall record, 25-22 in favor of Bellmont. The last time these two teams met was last January. Norwell won that one at Bellmont, 60-48 in the prediction tonight by Harrell, 65-41 according to the Sagarin ratings.
Yeah, a lot of that, the 41 points, may make you stare a little bit, but hey, Bellmont's only averaging 45 points a game. They're really struggling a little bit, and they're giving up a whole bunch more. Now, this Norwell team has been up and down on offense at times, coming off that conference win at Leo. They shot very poorly in the first half of that game, but took good care of the basketball, eventually got some shots to go, made their free throws at the end of the game, and ended up pulling out a tight one up on the road at a very tough place to play at Leo.
Norwell, the one thing that's been consistent about Norwell this year is their defense. They're only giving up 51 points a game, averaging 53 on the offensive side of the ball. You mentioned, Derek, what Bellmont is averaging offensively. Defensively, they're giving up 63 points a game. Yeah,
that's right. The most they've ever, Norwell has given up on the season, 62, and that was a win against number 1 Blackhawk in 1A, of course. And the other one that really impressed me was only giving up 60 to Merrillville. Their defense forces a lot of turnovers, very active on this end of the floor. So look for more of that to happen tonight, and it's going to be a big key into continuing success in a 4-team tie atop the Northeast 8.
Bellmont, a relatively young squad, just 2 seniors, and only one of them, Austin Ocampo, has much varsity experience. In fact, he's the only returning player that played exclusively on the varsity last year for Coach John Baker.
Yeah, that's right. And last year's team, of course, struggled a little bit too, 3-20 last year for the Braves. But they're trying to do some things rebuilding-wise. They've played some teams tough. We looked through their schedule a little bit, kind of combed through that pregame today. And Mississinawa is one that stands out to me. Is Norwell got beat by them by 8-point margin at the beginning of the season, and Bellmont took them real close, and Mississinawa made some free throws at the end to win by 8 points. Now, the one outstanding loss I see on that one's Columbia City blowing them out by 45 points.
That one's
something
really
could have happened, I'm thinking, during that game, because 74-29, really to anybody, unless you're playing one of the best teams in the state, and that's not Columbia City. So I'm thinking something happened in that game. But whatever the case, they are playing a little bit better here in the last couple.
They are just 2 wins on the season with that 2-9 record. Norwell overall 7-4, I believe. Yeah, 7-4, and they are going to be busy over the last few weeks of the season as they've had a lot of reschedules. The Wayne game from Wednesday rescheduled to February 4th. Just to give you an idea of the intensity of that. Not that it's a lot of good teams or anything, but they go the 25th, the 28th, after 2 games next week, the 2nd, the 4th, the 10th, 14th, 17th, and 18th, 3 games in 4 days, and then wrap up on the 21st and 24th. So a lot of basketball to be played, and AD Eric Morgan's got to be hoping that we don't get any bad weather over that stretch.
That's right, and that schedule really toughens down the stretch there with Jay County, Concordia, and Homestead. That's quite a tough one to end the season, but there's a lot of games in there. I look at next week's New Haven game. That one could be very critical in deciding the conference. If the Knights can go up there and get a big road win, that'd be really good for this program, and I think they're continuing to take a step in the right direction under new head coach Mike McBride. That's
exactly right. Coach McBride has them playing hard. They're undefeated in the conference, and they can stay that way with the win over Bellmont here at home this evening. Coach Mike Dugan provided us with some season statistics to this point. One of the guys that really jumps out, he talked about him a little bit, freshman Will Geiger. He's 7 games into his career here at Norwell, and he's averaging almost a double-double at 10.7 points per game and 9.1 rebounds per game. He's also, and we didn't talk about this, but to me impressive as well, he's averaging 2.6 assists per game as well, Derek.
Yeah, that's right. He's got very good court vision, and underneath the basket you got a couple cutters running to the basket, and he's able to find them with bounce passes. Now, Will was thrown into the blender kind of right in the middle of the season, and it did not take him long to find his footing. He's really finding a nice home in this Norwell offense, and he's been playing very well. And another one that's a key to me is the rebounding number. That's something the Knights really need, and the Knights have been very good at finding the rebounds. Out-rebounded Leo by a very good margin on the road. That's not an easy thing to do, and it's not something this team was real strong in last year. So it's nice to see them have some real improvement on the rebounding aspect of things.
Well, and specifically to Geiger, you just don't see many freshmen with that kind of rebounding acumen.
That's right. He's in the right place at the right time, and he's got some real strength, especially for a freshman, very developed. And it's going to be good to see him grow as he develops here at Norwell over the next 3 years.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'll tell you who he reminds me a lot of as far as his skill set, and you wouldn't remember this guy, but Kevin Crozier maybe had a little bit better inside game than him, but very similar players, 6'2", 6'3", very effective. Kevin scored a lot of points here, graduated in 78 with Ron Harnish.
I would not remember that.
No, you wouldn't because you weren't around. Your dad would. But the other, of course, players outstanding from a statistical standpoint, really the leader of this squad, senior Cody Shively. He's averaging 15.8 points per game, 3.4 assists, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.5 steals on the season so far. In addition to that, he's shooting 83% from the free throw line.
Yeah, it's been really impressive to see the Knights put up these kind of numbers. I think a lot of people from outside the program expected it to be a little bit of a down year. This team's come out and won 7 out of their first 11. They're still gaining momentum. They've won a couple in a row here. And as they try to take that into the last few weeks of the season, it's going to be a hectic month of February.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Of course, the girls with just a few games left on their schedule.
Yeah.
So it's hard to imagine that we're in the middle of January already. We will allow you to join us for the national anthem is performed by the Norwell Pep Band. Excellent job, as always, by the Norwell Pep Band. Jeff Kokenauer with the microphone in hand this evening. He will bring us your starting lineups.
At one guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 4, Peyton Boyd. Also at guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 11, Brady Menace. Also at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 13, Austin Ocampo. And forward, a 6'3" sophomore, number 21, Aaron Lehrman. And in forward, a 6'4" sophomore, number 33, Jordan Fillon. The Braves are house to shine with Baker. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Norwell Knights. And one guard, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Cody Shively. And the other guard, a 6'1" junior, number 12, Blue Simmons. And for a 6' senior, number 15, Riley Stoffer. And for a 6'3" junior, number 20, Cole Wilson. And for a 6'3" freshman, number 25, Will Geiger.
Once again, those starters for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Bellmont Braves. It's Peyton Boyd, Brady Manis, Austin Ocampo, Aaron Lehrman, and Jordan Felling for head coach John Baker in his 6th year at Bellmont with a record of 24-96. For your Norwell Knights, Cody Shively, Luke Zettis, Riley Stoffer, Cole Wilson, and Will Geiger. For head coach Mike McBride, 7-4 in his first year at Norwell, but 126 versus 150 in his 13th year overall of head coaching. Geiger and Lehrman controls the tip off the bat. Peyton Boyd will bring it into the front court. Boyd just a sophomore, and Shively, just like that, takes it away from him. The first turnover on Bellmont, and Cody Shively is going to be fouled. Got a different looking book tonight. I got to figure out where I'm supposed to keep the turnovers. Actually, Lehrman called on that personal foul. Down there. Okay. Not a lot of room to create turnovers as Cody Shively gets Norwell on the board first.
Very nice crowd trickling in this evening as a few trickled over from the double overtime freshman victory this evening.
That's exactly right. So Norwell 2 for 2 so far on the evening. The JV also won in a close one, 39-36, as Norwell extending its defense out to the center court line. That's Manis with the basketball. Of course, he's the son of Belmont's athletic director, as Peyton Boyd gets free and knocks down Belmont's first 2 points. Manis just a sophomore as well. Very young Belmont squad. Cole Wilson being guarded up top. 33 is Jordan Felling, a very common name, indicator. Had a lot of family members, as Felling's going to be called for a little push on Cole Wilson. It'll be his first, team second. Shively inbounding for the Knights, way up to Will Geiger. Geiger gets it to go. Nice touch by the forward. Well, quickly up 4-2. They're not putting a lot of pressure on the ball. I think they're just trying to maybe get Bellmont in a bad position as that is thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, and I think it's there just to kind of an intimidation factor, and it's working so far. The Braves have turned it over a couple times trying to force it from the backcourt.
Not sure where Felling was trying to go with that pass. I didn't really see anybody in the neighborhood. Wilson up top is Cody Shively's being face guarded by Austin Ocampo. I think Austin's one role out there is to try to keep Cody from scoring, as Shively able to get free on the back cut. Tough pass to handle, though. Geiger misses as well. A couple hands got on that one. Braves head the other way. Manis looking for help, being guarded by Zettis. And That is stolen away. That's going to be Norwell's basketball. Nice play inside by the freshman. 3 turnovers already on the Braves. They've had trouble scoring, and they've given up a pretty substantial amount of points. Their average margin of defeat, about 15 points right now. Geiger moves inside. Nice block by Lehrman. They'll kick it out. And trying to get to the rim is Cole Wilson. They'll count the basket, I believe. They do.
We've seen some uncommon officiating crews
around here, yeah,
on
that's
this
right.
season.
Foul was called on Boyd, his first, team's third. And in for Bellmont is number 14. I don't have a 14. Did you catch his name?
It's 34.
Oh, that's 34. I'm sorry. That's Oliver Garris. Okay. Thank you, Derek. Looked like a 1. Oh, nice block by Geiger. Saved. But back.
Blocked again.
Oh, yeah. They call it jump ball. Nice timing in there by Will Geiger. Gets the block and ties up 34 Garris. Norwell will get the ball out of bounds.
Well, Belmont's been doing their homework on the defensive end, on Will Geiger in particular. They're double and triple teaming him when he catches the basketball underneath.
Riley Stauffer for 3, a little bit long, but Geiger there with the offensive rebound. Couple of shot fakes, no good. Gets his own rebound again, and he's going to be fouled.
See, they're really making it tough on him in there, but he's just being able to overpower him at this point, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, you look at the personnel that Bellmont puts out there, and number one, they're not very big, as the foul's called on Aaron Lehrman. Well, I've got Lehrman for 2 fouls. Can you tell what the scoreboard says?
Yeah, it's got 1.
Geiger knocks down his first. Try to make it 2, and does nothing but net for the young man. 7-point lead now for Norwell. Well, I missed somebody's foul then because I've got 3 team fouls right now. Coach Baker's going to call a timeout. He wants a full timeout as Bellmont struggling to get into their offense. We'll take it along with him. We'll be back after this break from our sponsors.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you, your health, your family, and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
And our certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
We'll have to get Bluffton Roofing back on later in the game. Their commercial with a little bit of a technical glitch there. Norwell putting some good man-to-man pressure on the Braves, and now a foul's going to be called. I think that's going to go on Cody Shively. If it is, it's his first.
Team's first as well, and Cody just kind of reached as he tried to dribble drive into the lane.
Well, and he was keeping up with him.
Yeah.
Just maybe got a little bit too aggressive there. Manis inbounding for Bellmont. Actually, that's Manis with the basketball into the lane. Shot partially blocked. Felling able to get it up and gets the roll. Fouled in the process. As Stauffer picks up his first foul. That's 2 team fouls on the night. Bellmont with 4. 4:49 left on the clock here. And Felling not able to complete the 3-point play. Cody Shively quickly the other way. I got to believe Norwell wants to put some pressure on this Bellmont team, probably wanting to play at a faster pace than the Braves. Geiger tries to go baseline. Good kick out to Wilson. Geiger now drives the lane, an easy play. That was real easy for Will Geiger, and he's got 6 of Norwell's 11 points.
And he just took it right along the baseline. Nobody stepped over and helped, and he got the reverse layup to go.
Bellmont just doesn't have an answer for Will Geiger. Joey Matthew in the game, by the way, for Bellmont, the 6'7 junior, as that shot way off by Garris. He followed it, though, and a foul's called. It's on Riley Stauffer. That's his second, and it is a shooting foul, so Garris will go to the line. Garris is a 6-foot junior, listed at 175 pounds. James Smith is going to enter for Norwell. He'll replace Riley Stauffer with those 2 fouls.
Very nice evening at Leo last Saturday with 16 points.
Yeah, James just needs to get a little bit more consistent. I've seen him play really well, and then I've seen him just kind of struggle with mostly being out of control as Wilson tries to drive, and a foul's going to be called. That'll be on the floor, no shot. And we'll have to check to see who it goes on here. It is on Garris. That'll be his first. Team's 5th. Checking in for Bellmont, Lucas Strickler, 6'1" junior. As Shively on the return pass from Geiger, trying to shake free. Cody's only taken 1 shot, hit a couple of free throws, as Ocampo really working hard on him defensively. Wilson, Shively from way out. He'll try to drive. Campo doing a good job on him defensively. Wilson now into the lane, scores. Nice move by Cole Wilson. He's got 5. And the Knights with that 7-point lead. Campo and Manis in the backcourt. That's Strickler leaving it for Manis. Manis, left-handed shot, just short. Rebounded out of there by Geiger. And Smith quickly the other way. Zetas thought about the 3. Luke's been shooting the ball much better from beyond the arc of late, as Smith's 3 not particularly close, but Geiger able to chase it down and get it to Shively for 3. Just like that, Norwell's lead now to double digits. Nice pass from Strickler underneath to Matthew, no good. Matthew, though, able to get his own rebound. He misses again, and Geiger pulls it out of there.
Geiger's going to have a ton of rebounds.
He's already got at least 4, maybe more than that. It's Shively with the quick 3, no good. The rebound, though, controlled by Norwell, and Zetas can't get that 3 ball to not go down either.
Another rebound for Geiger on that possession.
Manis works it to Strickler. Now in the corner, that's Garris. Ocampo, who's not had many touches, the lone senior on the floor for the Braves. 2 minutes now left in this first quarter. Well, they tried to get it inside to Matthew, and Geiger just stepped ahead of him. Nice long pass up ahead to Wilson. Wilson gets it to go. The Knights lead up to 12, and Bellmont has just burned their second timeout already. We'll take it along with them and be right back. Norwell leading 18-6.
Aussie and Do It Best Hardware is your one-stop shop for all your home repair needs, featuring Valspar Paints. They have propane refill, screen repair, and a complete rental center, along with a large selection of home improvement items, from electrical and plumbing supplies down to the nuts and bolts you need. Summer has been beautiful this year, but it's time to start thinking about the fall projects that need done around the house. Visit Aussie and Do It Best on Hirely Drive, just off Highway 1 in Ossian.
Here at the Castle, Norwell pretty dominant to start this one, Derek. Bellmont's just having a tough time keeping up with Norwell's athleticism. A couple of changes for the Knights. Nicholson Brandon Nicholson and Grant McMichael in the game for Norwell. They're on the back line of this 1-2-2 trap. Norwell trying to put a stranglehold on this one early. Boy, that was traveling by Boyd. No call. Peyton Boyd back in the ball game for the Braves. Also Aaron Lehrman back in. That's Boyd with the basketball. He's being guarded by Cody Shively. Giving up several inches and a lot of length to Cody. As Boyd, great pass underneath to Strickler. Excuse me, that was Aaron Lehrman. He will be fouled. Boy, that was a wonderful pass by Peyton Boyd. Little shovel bounce pass.
Really nice find that time, and it'll give the Braves a couple of free throws.
Foul was called on Grant McMichael. So Lehrman will go to the line trying to secure his first points of this one, and he does with that free throw. Derek, what would you guess is Norwell's high for points in a quarter so far this season?
There's another foul. Well, I could probably guess it's probably 23, 24, right in that region. So,
well, they were certainly on pace to do that, as picking up his first foul is Brandon Nicholson. That sends Lucas Strickler to the line.
One that comes to mind for me is that big fourth quarter at DeKalb.
Right. That's a good call. Bellmont trying to claw their way back into this one. Down by 10 with a minute 17 left in the first. And Strickler with a couple of good free throws. So Bellmont scored the last three as Smith tries to get to the rim and does. Boy, that was easy. As James Smith with a burst of speed just blew by his defender. James with some athleticism out there. Good break there by the Braves, but the miss by Strickler. Boy, that was a good job of breaking the press by Bellmont. Just not able to capitalize on it. Smith calling out the play. Is actually Coach McBride is changing the set here a little bit with 34 seconds left. I think they're going to try to take one shot to end this one, Derek.
I think you're right. And the problem for Bellmont is not getting good looks on the offensive end. It's not getting stops on the defensive end. And
right.
They're going to have to get a stop at some point to be able to get back into this one.
Well, Norwell just destroying them on the boards right now. Will Geiger having a night. He's averaging 9 rebounds a game coming into this one as the clock ticks down to 9 seconds. James Smith with the cross court to Cole Wilson for 3. Good. And Cole Wilson with an outstanding first quarter. Cole with 10 points. He leads the Knights, and the Knights lead the Braves 23-9. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter after these words from our sponsors.
You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money, you're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Blooming Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ossian. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Blooming Boutique.
Welcome back to the Castle. Your Knights leading the Braves of Bellmont 23-9. Norwell 8 of 16 from the field in the first quarter, 2 of 6 from beyond the arc, and a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Bellmont will have the ball to start this quarter. Norwell in a man-to-man defense here to start. Manis will launch a 3 and bury it.
Knights left him on the defensive end, and Manis able to cash in on the triple.
Yeah, I think there was some confusion there on the amongst the defenses. The sea kind of parted there for Manis. That gets the Braves back to within 11. Shively has had to work awfully hard for his points this evening as James Smith commits Norwell's first turnover of the evening.
Yeah, that's something that's been really good. And I don't know, for this part of this one, they got one. I'm pretty certain they were in single digits at Leo as well, so that's really good to have less than 10 turnovers in almost 5 quarters of game action.
Well, and Norwell's trapping defense all over the floor. Manis tries to drive. That's Lehrman with the basketball. He'll give it back to Manis, and Manis will reset. Boyd up top. Hands it off. And a little weave going on here. Pulling up for the jumper is Ocampo. He can't get it to go. But there for the rebound up and in is Lehrman. Lehrman gets his third point. Ocampo, that's the first shot he's taken. And for the first time in a while, Bellmont within single digits. Shively being guarded very closely by Ocampo. You know, Ocampo's really done a good job on him tonight so far, Derek.
Sure has.
That's Cole Wilson, and Wilson's going to be fouled. I think that's going to go on Peyton Boyd. We'll check it. Nope, it'll go on Jordan Filling. His second, team's sixth. Cole back to the line. He was 1 for 1 in that first quarter. Nice touch on that free throw. Back in for Norwell, Grant McMichael and Luke Zetas as Nicholson and Smith take a seat. Also in for Bellmont, Oliver Garris back in. He replaces Jordan Felling. And they haven't changed the scoreboard. It's actually 24-14, now 25-14 for the Knights. Cole Wilson with another couple more free throws, and the Knights remain perfect. Unless they didn't wave off that first free throw, did they?
No.
Oh, nice play there by Cody Shively. Oliver Garris, good hustle to pick up that loose ball. 6:12 left in this second quarter. Bellmont being really patient. They're actually down by 11. Scoreboard is incorrect. As Ocampo kind of forced it up there. Cole Wilson all the way down the other end. Zetas trying to drive. He's stuck in traffic, but finds Wilson for 3 short and rebounded by Boyd. Boyd having trouble as Norwell kind of tripping over each other. No basket there, but they will call a foul. I believe it's going to go on Grant McMichael. Yep, that'll be his second. Well, we'll keep an eye out to see if they change that scoreboard, Derek. Ocampo drives and is fouled. Another touch foul.
Yeah, there's been quite a few fouls called here, 13 of them. And we got just over 2 minutes into this second quarter of play, so a lot of free throws coming.
That's the 17th foul on the night, so that'll send Ocampo to the line for 1 plus the bonus. McMichael takes a seat. He's replaced by James Smith back in there. Ocampo can't get the roll. Still scoreless in this one. Shively. That's Zetas on the left wing. He'll give it up. Bellmont staying in their man-to-man, which is a little surprising. Oh, nice pass underneath. Shively couldn't handle it. That'll be the Knights' second turnover. Had quite a bit of mustard on that pass. Bellmont, I've got them with 3 turnovers so far, and there's another one. James Smith, good job stepping into the passing lane there. They'll set things up for the Braves. Smith being guarded by Manis, and I don't think Manis has got much of a chance of staying with Smith from a quickness standpoint. He does have a little size on him. Manis listed at 6'1". Smith listed at 5'7". Picking up his first foul is number 11, Manis. Will Geiger will go to the line to shoot a pair. Good looking shot there by Will. Well, I'm a little surprised that nobody's, unless they waved off Cole Wilson's first free throw.
I do not think they did. It's possible.
Because they've only scored 4 points in this quarter, all from the free throw line. 4 plus 23. Pretty sure it's 27. Good job of breaking the pressure there by the Braves. As Boyd will set up the offense. He gets some instruction from Coach Baker on the sideline. And that's going to be a turnover on Manis, as they say he got his hand under that basketball on the turnover. 5th for the Braves. 4:31 left in this second quarter. It's Cole Wilson. Oh, Zettis had Geiger there for just a heartbeat. Geiger the other way. Gets it to go. Good touch by Geiger. Off the rim a couple of times, and the backboard. Shively with the assist.
That's where Will Geiger can become a really big threat. If he can be able to hit that from about 10 feet out, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, because he gets off his feet quickly and pretty well. 6'3" freshman. Of course, a lot of that is due to pretty good execution by Norwell's offense. That was a good low pick set there by Luke Zettis along the baseline for Geiger. Just kind of curled off of it into the middle of the lane as Garris will reset for the Braves. Underneath is Lehrman, and Lehrman is, I think he's going to be called for the offensive foul. Is that right, Derek?
That is correct.
His second. Jordan Felling back in there, replacing Lehrman. But Felling also has a couple of fouls. Zettis, who's only taken one shot so far, and Cole Wilson's going to be called for traveling. That outside official obviously catching some grief from the Bellmont crowd, actually, on this side. As Boyd and Manis, both sophomores, trying to get it across the line for Bellmont. They do. Boyd breaks free. Oh, and he's going to get bailed out. Not a lot of contact on that play, but Cody Shively is going to be called for his second foul.
Belmont's kind of making their living at the free throw line. There's been so many fouls called here in the first half. And really beginning to question whether that first free throw was waved off by Cole Wilson, as that scoreboard still reading a 14-point advantage for Norwell.
Boyd able to knock down his first one. In for Norwell, Brandon Nicholson, as well as number 30, Robert Kittleson, on the floor for the first time. 3:11 in the quarter, and the Knights up by 13, and Boyd able to knock down another free throw. 4 points now for Boyd. And you know what? I think they would have had to have waved that free throw off, Derek, because they have not changed that score. That's Kittleson, a long three, no good. First shot I've seen Kittleson take in a while. Ocampo trying to drive. He's going to be fouled on the floor, I believe, but he'll go to the line in either case. As Cole Wilson called for the foul. That's his first. Ocampo will shoot. Well, it looks like he's shooting the 1+ bonus and can't get it to go. Ocampo now 0 for 2 from the line. James Smith will bring it up. And I guess we'll... Oh, Nicholson falls and travels. A little bit of contact. He was trying to take it strong to the hole and just lost his footing, kind of tripped over the defender. Nicholson, a 6'5" junior, getting some time here in this first half. Good ball movement here by the Braves. That's Lehrman. He'll kick it out. Ocampo now tries to get it cross court. Tipped by a Knight, and traveling is going to be called on number 21, Aaron Lehrman. Yeah, I think we'll have to take that one away, Derek. Cole does not get charged for the free throw. And he's having a good night so far. He's only missed one shot from the floor. Nice pass underneath. That is Cole Wilson. Wilson now, I've got him for 13 points. Boyd couldn't get that three to go. The Knights will head the other way. Smith working on Ocampo. He'll back up, shoot the quick three. It does not go, and a foul is going to be called on Austin Ocampo.
This is going to be a 1-and-1 situation. He did not call it on the shot. It's after the shot.
Ocampo with his first foul. Yeah. Smith will go to the line. And back in the game, Oliver Garris for Coach Baker. He replaces Filling. Also back in, Joey Matthew. Matthew, the 6'7" junior. I was a little surprised he didn't start, Derek. He's the biggest guy they got. Smith unable to hit the free throw, but look at Brandon Nicholson. He finds Cole Wilson. Good. Cole Wilson having himself, that was a long two, had his foot on the line. So it's 30. 32-16. That was Peyton Boyd.
There's been some confusion this evening.
A lot of confusion as Geiger underneath. Now Wilson on the drive. Back to Geiger. Geiger will go baseline and get fouled by Matthew. That'll be his first. Yeah, we're just...
We've been going back and forth on the board this evening. And
well, I thought the official had his hand up, and then he signaled 2.
Yeah.
And then changed it to 3. So we got that right. They obviously took away the first free throw of the second quarter by Cole Wilson as Geiger knocks down another free throw. In the game for Bellmont, Lucas Strickler back in there, number 24. Boyd takes a seat. 1:06 left on the clock here in this second quarter. And Geiger able to knock down 2 more free throws. He's perfect from the line, Derek, 6 of 6.
Yeah, he looks pretty comfortable at the line and doesn't hit a lot of rim on his free throws either. And he's got some confidence. This Knights team has been shooting pretty well from the line as of late. Closed that Leo game out with a couple free throws from senior Cody Shively on the road last week.
They've only missed 1 so far here this evening, and they've shot quite a few already as Manis nearly tied up, able to recover. And Derek, it just looks like Norwell's defense is just a little too fast for Bellmont, although Manis able to get free for the short jumper. Norwell leading by 13 with 24 seconds left in this second quarter. Ocampo, great defense, knocks it away from Smith, and Smith will be tied up. It'll remain Norwell's basketball with 18 seconds on the clock.
Well, as dominant as Norwell's played, they're only up 13 here as we get one more possession before the halftime break.
It does not count as a turnover against the Knights. It just turns the arrow. 12 seconds now. Smith holding the ball at half court. He'll work on now Manis. He's got a mismatch now, but instead he gives it up to Kittleson. 2 seconds. Long three by Smith. No good. That will end the first half. The Knights with a smaller lead than what you would think watching this first half. They're up 34-21. We'll take a break, do some figuring, and be back with stats and stories after these words from our sponsors.
This is Dan and Jane with Daniels Jewelers in Bluffton.
We want to remind everyone that we do in-house repair with our specialty being restoration and resetting.
Jewelry that is worn frequently over the years usually needs some TLC, wrong retipping, resetting, or sizing.
It's so much fun to see the customer's reaction when they see their jewelry looking almost brand new.
Or maybe it's time for a new style. Choose from all styles of settings or let us design one just for you.
Daniels Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Costly misconceptions about collision repair. Brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
The insurance company is responsible for selecting the shop to repair your vehicle.
False. Insurance agents and adjusters have no authority in telling you where to have your vehicle repaired. It's your investment and responsibility to select a competent collision repair facility.
In business since 1951, Lauren's Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit lawrensbodyshop.com.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look but old-fashioned integrity.
Troxel Equipment offers a full line of John Deere equipment. Troxel Equipment features a large inventory of all makes and models of pre-owned equipment that has been well maintained and ready for service. Most of Troxel's pre-owned equipment was traded in from owner-operators. Be sure to ask about our certified pre-owned units. Troxel Equipment has the ability to customize your financing, lease, or installment contracts to meet your cash flow needs. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bluffton, Huntington, or Wabash, or check out our website for our inventory of new and pre-owned equipment. Troxel Equipment, the dealership you can trust.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
The $5 flavor menu is now available from your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton. To place an order, call 824-5701 or order online at pizzahut.com.
Every team knows that the three-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm and me, Kevin Beatty, and my team are here to help you go for 3 by combining your home, auto, and life insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home, auto, and life. It's just another way we're here to help things go right. So call me, State Farm Agent Kevin Beatty, at 824-1928 or in Bern at 589-2077.
Yeah, welcome back to the Castle. The Knights holding a 34-21 halftime advantage. It's a 13-point lead, and it could be much bigger. This
Absolutely.
game, a 13-point lead is not really indicative of what this game has gone like. It's a big-time Norwell domination to this point. And Greg, I know you got some halftime statistics to share with us.
Absolutely, but before we do, there's no doubt. I think you hit the nail on the head, Derek. Norwell, it feels like Norwell's up by 30 in this one as we break for the locker rooms, but only up 13 on the scoreboard. A lot of that is because they have not shot well from beyond the arc. We'll talk about the details in just a second, but they've out-rebounded the Braves by a significant margin. Turnovers not as big as what you might think. I had Bellmont for 6 in the first half, Norwell for 4.
Yeah, Bellmont just missed a lot of shots.
They sure did. In fact, we'll talk about Bellmont as a team. They were 6 of 16 from the field in that first half. 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, so that's pretty good. They didn't take any in the first quarter. Those were all in the second quarter. And then 7 of 10 from the free throw line, so relatively efficient from the free throw line. Individually, they were led by Peyton Boyd with 7 points on 2 of 3 shooting. Brady Manis had 5. He was 2 of 4 with a 3 thrown in. Aaron Lehrman, 3 points. And then Lucas Strickler, Jordan Filling, and Oliver Garris with 2 points as well. But to only get 16 field goal attempts off in 16 minutes of play. Not real good offensive efficiency by the Braves.
No, and just on defense, they're just not quick enough to recover. Norwell's just blowing right past them and getting whatever shots they want. And a lot of the Braves' points have come from the free throw line, as you kind of touched on a little bit there. But Norwell, again, there's just no better way of putting it. It's a pretty big domination at this point, and Norwell just not converting on as many buckets as you think they might. And that's similar to the situation at Leo on Saturday. Did not make a lot of shots in the first half, but then in the second half made enough to come out away with a win in the conference.
Some stats for your Knights: 11 of 23 overall from the floor. The big one that's costing them right now, just 2 of 10 from beyond the three-point line. But from the free throw line, very good. They've only missed one. They're 10 of 11 to this point. And they do have those 4 turnovers we talked about. Being led in scoring right now by Cole Wilson. Cole was 6 of 7 from the field. He had 1 3 and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Will Geiger right behind him, also in double figures. He had 12. Will was 3 of 6 from the field and a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Cody Shively did not take a shot in the second quarter, being guarded very well by Austin Ocampo. He's got 5. He was hit a three-pointer and a couple free throws, missed a couple shots as well. Also chipping in with 2, James Smith, 1 of 4 from the field and 0 for 1 from the line. Robert Kittleson missed a 3, so did Riley Stauffer and Luke Zettis. Those are the only other shots taken by the Knights. They got 23 of them off. Most of them, that difference between 23 and 16 for the Braves, offensive rebounds.
Yep, that's absolutely right. And I think Norwell is they're getting really good looks from the three-point line. None of them have been, one of them was forced. In that first half. Aside from that, when you're shooting 91% from the line, that's really good, and that's going to be able to boost you in a lot of basketball games. It's going to be important as we continue on in the season when they're playing some really good teams. They're going to have to knock down free throws.
Yes, they're going to have to. Kind of hard to believe nobody in this game's got more than 2 fouls after all the fouls that were called in that first half, but nobody in foul trouble to this point as we head into the second half. It'll be interesting to see if, number one, Norwell can shake Cody Shively loose for more offensive opportunities in the second half, and number 2, from the Braves standpoint, can they even come close to rebounding and keeping the Knights off the offensive glass.
Yeah, Bellmont's focused on locking down on Cody Shively. They're kind of face guarding him, and they're doing a nice job of doing that. The problem is the Knights have developed some other weapons that they can beat you with, e.g. Cole Wilson and Will Geiger inside to go along with a very nifty James Smith with the basketball.
Absolutely. We'll take a quick break here from a couple more sponsors and be back with second half action here at the Castle this evening. Thanks for joining us on WellsCountyVoice.com.
At First Bank of Bern, we believe in the American dream of owning a home. Having a space you can call your own. In fact, we've helped people realize that dream for over 125 years. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, refinance an existing loan, or move into something a little bigger, we believe our lending experts have the local knowledge and experience to help make your dream a reality. Apply online at firstbankofbern.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric strives to be your total service provider. Their licensed technicians can handle all of your electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, and now offers duct cleaning. No job is too small or too large for their service professionals. From electrical repairs, water heater replacements, sewer and drain cleaning, well repair, and remodel jobs. Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric, located behind Lowe's on Commerce Drive in Bluffton, 888-824-3332. That's 824-3332.
Along with Derek Decker, Greg Van Meter here. We're just about set for second half action. Norwell with its starters on the floor. Shively, Wilson, Zettis, Geiger, and Stauffer. For Bellmont, it's Manis, Boyd, Ocampo, Lehrman and Filling, that's their starters as well. Bellmont will start with the basketball. And Manis will bring it across. Peyton Boyd did most of the ball handling in that first half. Looks like they've maybe changed their strategy a little bit as Manis launches a three, his second three of the game. 8 points now for Manis. Riley will launch a three on the other side, and he'll match him. Riley Stauffer. Well, both teams coming out firing here to start this second half as Stauffer gets his first points of the game. Both teams playing a man-to-man defense right now. In the corner, that was Ocampo, and he'll turn it over. The Bellmont fans wanted a foul. There wasn't much contact there. So Ocampo just couldn't quite control it. Went off his leg. He's still ball hawking Cody Shively. Shively will try to drive here. That's Geiger on the move, and he'll be fouled. Will Geiger right now is the tallest player on the floor at 6'3". And he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, the most important factor to that, he's also by far the strongest player on the floor.
I've now got Lehrman with 3 fouls. First player 3 fouls, and Will Geiger stays perfect from the line, now 7 of 7.
Boy, I kind of wonder what happened on that free throw in the first half. We didn't catch it. Cole Wilson apparently had a free throw taken away from him. Doesn't count as a miss.
Geiger on a roll now from the line tonight. He's 8 of 8, and if he keeps getting hacked and making the free throws, he's going to have a shot at the Norwell record for free throws without a miss in a game. I think Ian holds that record.
I think it's 18 or 19.
Yep, you're right. It was in the high teens. I think it might have been 18.
I think you're right. Yeah, it's Kissel last season.
Last year, Ian Kissel, who's now playing college basketball at Grace, I believe. Don't know how much playing time he's getting, but I know he's on the squad as time is called for Brady Manis to tie his shoe. The official noticed his shoe was untied, so Bellmont will get the basketball out of bounds. No harm, no foul. Peyton Boyd now handling it for the Braves, and he's going to be fouled by Cody Shively. Cody just a little too aggressive on reaching in there. That's Cody's third.
That's where the vast majority of Cody's fouls come from, way away from the basket and being aggressive, trying to reach in and poke the ball away. And you're going to get called for that a lot, especially when you reach in after a crossover dribble.
Boyd being guarded by Shively up top. Cody staying in the game with those 3 fouls. The pick and roll disrupted, and Geiger will head the other way as he dribbles through traffic. Nice pass into Wilson, and Cole Wilson is going to have a chance for a 3-point play. Will Geiger with the assist. And the foul is on 21, Aaron Lehrman. That's his 4th. So Lehrman with 2 quick fouls here in the second half. Lehrman will take a seat. He's replaced by Joey Matthew. Cole Wilson having a night for Norwell. That free throw, though, almost didn't get there. Just a second miss by the Knights this evening from the free throw line. Manis looking for help as Filling bails him out. Not a lot of movement in Belmont's offense here as Norwell playing that almost looks like a matchup zone. That's Manis again for 3, no good. Shively bats it out but can't chase it down. The Braves will reset. Oh, nice pass underneath. Manis blocked by Wilson. Knights will head the other way. Wide open, Riley Stauffer for 3, a little bit long, and it hit the strap. The ball will be given to the Bellmont Braves. Nice block there by Cole Wilson on this end.
Yeah, resulted in a nice look for Norwell in transition, just not able to hit it.
Stauffer now 1 for 3 from beyond the arc on the evening. Norwell's in that 1-3-1 trap now or a 1-2-2. It kind of morphs a little bit. Ocampo open for three, and that grazes the rim. Geiger with another rebound. He's got to be in double digits in rebounds already, Derek.
Absolutely.
Stauffer, nice pass underneath. Geiger can't get it to go. He follows it, though, and can't get that one to go either. Now Shively for three, no good. Geiger with another rebound, and Stauffer will try to clear it out. He's fouled.
I think the Knights got fouled a couple times in that possession, but they got 4 looks.
Boy, they're sure piling up the rebounds as Ocampo took a little bit of a shot there. He did draw the foul, his second. Third on the team here in the second half, and Ocampo kind of grabbing at his ankle. Might have twisted it or sprained it as he went down in the pile. Tracy checking him out. I don't think he's going to be down too long. I know Ocampo pretty well. He's a tough kid. 4:48 left on the clock.
Ocampo, a key part of the baseball team.
Absolutely.
Will be this year after Bellmont graduated 11 seniors from last year. And
had a good team last year.
Yeah, sure did. They hit the ball really well and defeated Norwell in the sectional championship.
Oliver Garris will enter for Ocampo, and I think he's going to go get that ankle taped or retaped. But, he's moving pretty well as he exits the gym. Norwell with the basketball. Luke Zetas, who's not had a lot of looks this evening, has only taken one shot. That was a three-pointer way back in the first quarter. And the Knights turn it over, their first turnover of the second half. Just a little bit of miscommunication there. It's really a 1-2-2 zone the Knights are in as they just pull the middle line hard to the ball side. Nice pass underneath, and Matthew gets his first points.
Not sure how he got free underneath, but he did. Somebody for Norwell left their man and allowed him to get an easy bucket.
Yeah, well, Coach McBride's really got him attacking ball side, and I think it just got the defense a little out of shape. Wilson, another three ball. This is no good as Manis pulls down the rebound. Way up ahead, swiped out of bounds by Wilson as Garris couldn't get it up quick enough. Coach McBride will take his first timeout. It's a 15-point lead for the Knights. We'll take a quick break and hear from St. Francis University.
Located in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the University of St. Francis is a private Catholic university enrolling 2,300 students in majors ranging from the liberal arts to the creative arts to the health services. Small class sizes, personal attention, and the freedom to explore your options. A USF education has a lot to offer. Visit their beautiful campus and see for yourself how you can be a part of the University of St. Francis. Visit usf.edu to learn more about the University of St. Francis.
3:58 left in this third quarter. Stauffer, Wilson, Shively, Zetas, and Geiger on the floor for the Knights. Manis, Matthew, Garris, Boyd, and that's not Ocampo. That is number 33, Felling on the floor as he missed a three. Got his own rebound, and he's going to be fouled.
As well, the Knights have been playing, they're really not shooting very well at all from outside the arc, and they've been, again, continuing to get good looks. Cole Wilson, everybody's getting good looks. They're just not be able to knock them down to this point.
3 of 14 to this point in the game. And there's another turnover on Bellmont, their third of the second half. Zetas the other way, blocked from behind and fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Zetas gets an opportunity for his first points of the evening.
The foul called on Peyton Boyd. That's his second. Actually, that's his third. There's the foul I missed. Derek. Zetas can't get the first one to go down. Looks like James Smith's going to check in for Norwell, and he's going to check in for Luke Zetas. If Luke can hit this free throw. And he does. Nice soft touch there by Zetas. Zetas, just a junior.
He's going to have some real potential. I think he'll get a lot more playing time next year and could potentially be one of the main ball handlers for this Knight squad next season.
Very much a possibility. Norwell staying in that little trapping zone. Boyd gets free. No shot. They're going to say the foul occurred on the floor. Who's that on? Smith? I didn't see a lot of contact either way. It's actually called on Cole Wilson. That's his third. He and Shively both with three, still on the floor. Nice pass underneath. Felling got it into Boyd. Boyd couldn't get it to go, but Matthew there to clean it up. And Matthew now with 4 points in this third quarter. Cody Shively wide open for three and buries it. Cody hasn't had many opportunities tonight, but he's taken advantage of them. That's 8 now for Shively, and the Knights lead the biggest of the evening at 19. 17. 45-28, yep. Manis. That's Filling as he winds his way around. Now he's looking for help out of the trap. You know, that's the one thing. Norwell is getting some advantages on the trap, but they're not as aggressive as I'd like to see them be on that trap and creating even more turnovers. Belmont's got 9 so far, but I think Norwell could create even more out of that particular defense.
And they haven't allowed a good shot yet on this possession. Forced a shot from 15 off the dribble, and then they get the basketball after it goes off of a Brave. And that's a solid defensive possession.
It is. Matthew knocked it out of bounds. Garris was on the miss. Grant McMichael checks in for Norwell. For Bellmont, Ocampo back in there. Good to see him back on the floor. Also, Lucas Strickler checks in. Yeah, McMichael replaced Wilson in the Norwell lineup. 2:07 left in this third quarter. Shively up top. And as Ocampo back to guarding Cody Shively, and a foul is going to be called. They set a double pick on Austin Ocampo. He went down in a heap, and I think he's going to be called for the foul. That'll be Ocampo's third. And they are going to get Cody Shively open one way or another. That time they set a side-by-side pick on Ocampo. Nice inbounds play. Will Geiger takes advantage of the obsession with Cody Shively. Will now with 16 points. I think that's his career high. I don't think he scored more than that anyway to this point. Geiger is going to be called on the foul as he reached over trying to create the steal. That's his first foul this evening in my book.
Unofficial?
Yep, very unofficial. But the official book agrees with me in this particular case. Kittleson back in for Norwell. He replaces Cody Shively. Kittleson got one shot off in the first half, a three-pointer. Boyd will set things up for the Braves with a minute and a half left. Being guarded by Kittleson. Inside, that's Lehrman on the turnaround to be fouled. That's on Geiger. It'll be his second. Lehrman will go to the line to shoot a pair. Lehrman 1 for 2 from the free throw line this evening. Nice touch on that one. Makes it 2 of 3. And Brandon Nicholson checks back in for the Knights, replacing Geiger. I want to call him Gerber because there was 2 Will Gerbers here. I just got a mental block. That's the first time, though, tonight.
That's pretty
that
good.
Particular error. Luke Zetis, nice drive inside. Can't get it to go, but Kittleson pulled down the rebound. Smith misses the three, and McMichael pulls down a rebound. Braves come up with it. That'll be a turnover on the Knights.
Timeout. Yeah. Boy, if it's me, I'm not charging with a turnover there because Bellmont was never able to corral it, and then he awards Norwell with a timeout as Wilson had the basketball with possession on the floor.
The beautiful Carly Van Meter visiting the press area. How are you, Missy? Good. You're on the air. You're on the air. A minute 4 left in this third quarter, Derek. She didn't want to spend much time around the mic. Did you notice that?
No, when you mention that you're on the air, it scares a lot of people away pretty
yeah,
quick.
she jumped pretty quickly, didn't she? Bellmont with 9 points in this third quarter. They matched what they did in the first. Put up 12 in the second. McMichael will, and Smith might have got away with the travel there. Kittleson launches another three, and Robert Kittleson gets on the scoreboard and gets Norwell to the 50-point mark.
That's the only reason he's in there is to take a three and hopefully knock it down. And he was able to do it that time in the corner off the inbounds play.
Lehrman working inside, gets by Nicholson, can't get it to go. Nicholson has pretty good defense by Brandon Nicholson. Another long three by Kittleson. This one does hit the backboard.
Yeah, he was feeling it a little bit there.
Yeah. As Luke Zettis had the offensive rebound, the Knights will reset with 16 seconds on the clock. Kittleson working on Peyton Boyd. Ocampo guarding James Smith. Ocampo, a really good defender.
Somebody's got to put it up.
Yeah, Kittleson will launch the three. No good. And that will end the third quarter. The Knights up comfortably now. They extend their lead to 20. It's 50-30. We'll take a break and be back with fourth quarter action after these words from our sponsors.
Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy is proud to announce their new office opening in October in Decatur.
Welcome back to the Castle. Norwell with a comfortable 20-point lead right now, Derek. They're playing pretty well.
Yeah, they are. And Belmont's going to have the basketball. No, they're not. It's going to be Norwell forgot that there wasn't a possession change as Cole Wilson got the timeout on the near jump ball. But a 20-point advantage, and I still feel like it could be more if you're Norwell.
Norwell doing very well from the free throw line tonight. 13 of 16 through the first three quarters. Luke Zettis will handle it as Cody Shively is back out there for the Knights. In fact, it's the starting lineup out there for Norwell. Shively for three, and he knocks it down. Cody Shively, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc tonight, and he has faced some very tough defense. I've got him with 11 points now. That's a good night considering the defense that Austin Ocampo has played against him.
Sure was. Basket Shively, assist Wilson that time, and Cole's having an all-around solid basketball game this evening.
Yeah, he really is. Now, Cole only had 2 points in the third quarter. Only took a couple of shots as great play by Cole Wilson. Manis on the miss. Wilson was able to grab it, knock it off of Manis, and the Knights will get the basketball. Belmont's going to put some pressure on, and this could get ugly real quick. Bellmont in a 2-2-1 trap with Matthew at the back end of it. They get the ball into the middle to Gerber, so it's a 3-on-2 break, and Wilson with the layup.
Way too easy. That's something Norwell did against Bluffton, and that's the one that comes to mind there. But Bluffton kind of applied some pressure in the backcourt. Norwell so good and so quick at handling that they're able to get a transition bucket.
Yeah, Bellmont just not quick enough to put on that kind of pressure and have it be successful. as Filling not able to get that one to go down. Gerber pulled down another rebound. He's got to have a double-double this evening.
That'd be Geiger.
Geiger, absolutely. Will Geiger, the freshman, 6'3", broad shoulders. Cody Shively to the rim, scores. No foul called. And Shively with 5 points here in this fourth quarter. The Knights now extending their lead to 27. They're on a 7-point run here in this fourth quarter. Bellmont has yet to score in the stanza. Ocampo trying to get to the rim. And the Braves will have to reset. Filling looking for help. Manis being guarded by Cole Wilson. And Ocampo will launch a three. No good. Wilson pulls down the rebound. Austin Ocampo held scoreless tonight. He's 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from the line. Wilson might have traveled. It'll be a blocking foul, though, as Luke Settis threw his hands up. He buried that three after the whistle blew. The foul called on Jordan Felling. That's his third. And a host of subs for both squads. On the floor now for Bellmont, Garris, Strickler, Boyd, Lehrman, and Filling.
Kittleson turned it over there.
Just the Knights' third turnover the second half. Now checking in for Bellmont, number 10, Colin Selking. Selking, a senior.
Selking, also a familiar name at Bellmont.
Absolutely. On the floor for the Knights, it's Smith, Kittleson, McMichael, Nicholson, and closest to us here is 32, Quentin Purdy. Purdy, just a freshman, so Norwell playing two freshmen tonight. Purdy's gotten a few minutes of varsity action, as getting to the rim is Aaron Lehrman for two. First points of the fourth quarter for the Braves. Purdy with a total of 14 varsity minutes coming into this one. That was spread over 3 games as Smith gets to the rim and draws the foul. Quentin has not yet scored, so he'll be trying to score his first varsity points for the Knights. The foul was called on Colin Selking. That'll be his first, team 7th, as Smith knocks down the first free throw. James 1 for 2 so far in the evening. 5:02 left in this one, and the Knights cruising at this point, as Nicholson able to chase down the long rebound, and James Smith. That'll help the three-point percentage. Smith now with 6 points. Nicholson with the assist.
Yeah, right there. If you're Brandon Nicholson, that's how you earn yourself some more playing time.
Right. Hustle for an offensive rebound, find the open guy. Always helps when the open guy knocks it down.
Yep.
As Garris' shot is blocked by Nicholson, but he's going to be fouled, I believe, by McMichael. We'll check it.
I think this is going to be a shooting foul, too. It didn't get an initial signal, but it is.
It is a shooting foul on Grant McMichael, and Garris will go to the line. Garris with 2 points so far. They'll make it 3. Excuse me, he didn't make that free throw, did he?
Yes, he did. That's another one. We've had some mix-ups.
They didn't wave that one off, did they?
No. Well, of course, I said that the first time. Yeah, now it's up there.
Okay. So Bellmont has scored 4 points in this fourth quarter. It's 61-34. Smith being guarded by Selking, and Selking is a senior, listed at 5'8". He and James are about the same size, and the Knights turn it over. Joey Matthew checks back in for Bellmont as Lehrman takes a seat. 4:11 left to play. Harrell's prediction in this one was 65-41. Might end up not being too far off as Matthew can't get it to go, pulls down his own rebound and scores.
I like the way Matthew plays inside. He's strong and is able to get his own rebound on numerous occasions this evening and has several points to his credit.
He does. I've got him for 6, all in the second half. Smith will launch another 3, in and out. That one was halfway down the rim, and the layup attempt by Strickler, no good. Quickly the other way is Smith. He misses. Purdy tried to pull down the rebound. It'll remain Norwell basketball, I believe.
No.
We'll have to check it.
Well, they outside official changed it. The underneath gave it to Bellmont.
Yeah, it was obviously off of Bellmont Brave. I think it was Lucas Strickler last got his hand on it. Norwell outscoring Bellmont here in this fourth quarter. 11-6. Lead now 25 points. As Purdy touches the basketball. He hasn't touched it much tonight, but good for him to get out on the floor in varsity action. Michael looking for help. Smith. That's Nicholson inside, and he's going to be fouled by Matthew. On Joey, that'll be his second foul. Team's 8th. And Nicholson will go to the line to shoot a 1+ bonus. Nicholson has not taken a shot over the first 3 quarters.
Also has not missed a free throw on the season. 6 for 6.
And now 7 for 7. In for Bellmont, Brevin Schlusher. He's a 5'10", 150-pound sophomore.
We have had some many times now this evening.
Yeah, some scoring issues.
Yeah.
63-37, that is the right score. Norwell up by 27 points. Strickler in the corner. That was Luke Strickler, which I didn't see him come in, as Luke missed and Lucas scored, the Strickler brothers. Don't know that they're brothers. Luke Strickler is, well, I can't imagine that they're brothers, probably cousins. Luke Strickler, a 5'9" sophomore. Lucas Strickler, a 6'1" junior. And I do not have him on my roster, Derek. That's Lambert, 33.
That's Landon Geiger.
Landon Geiger, I'm sorry.
He is not afraid to shoot it, as he comes into JV games quite often and puts it up there.
So the Knights' second team out there as they turn it over. 5 turnovers here in the second half. Selking able to get it up and in for the Braves. His first 2 of the game. Pulls the Braves to within 23, and Brandon Nicholson wasn't aware that the basketball was headed his way. McMichael, though, able to corral it. And Kittleson will reset. Purdy tries to get it into Nicholson. Nicholson able to get away from Matthew, but blocked from behind. Good block there by Matthew. In the corner, that was
lost it.
Brevin Schlusher. And you call that a missed shot or a turnover?
I give it a missed shot.
Actually, I'm going to give it a turnover because it didn't go forward.
Well, that's true. It went backward.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I've only got Bellmont for 4 turnovers here in this second half.
Yeah, both teams doing a good job of taking care of the ball tonight. Just not able to get as many shots to go down as they'd like.
A minute 13 left in this one. Norwell just kind of playing out the clock here. Purdy, like to see him get a shot up if he can. 4th game of varsity action, hadn't scored yet. Nice backdoor cut by Nicholson. Nicholson with his 4th point. McMichael, nice look there for the assist. Strickler. That's Luke Strickler, is number 2. In the corner, Lucas Strickler can't get the 3 to go. 34 seconds left. Nick Kittleson will walk it across.
Knights probably will not shoot again.
I wouldn't think so. They don't need to score, obviously. They're up by 25. I doubt that Belmont's going to foul, at least certainly not intentionally. Kittleson, I was going to say, he needs to create some space as Slusher guarding him relatively closely. Good job by Geiger to come out and help out. He will hold the ball, and that will end this one. The final, Norwell 65, Bellmont 40. It was all Norwell from beginning to end. We'll do some figuring and be back with your postgame show after these words from our sponsors.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you, your health, your family, and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
The Bowling Center in Bluffton has adult youth double leagues with 1 adult and 1 child per team, or 2 youth may make a team, and a youth league for ages 4 to 19 starting soon. The leagues are 10 weeks long and everyone plays every game. The Bowling Center in Bluffton, located at 1231 South Scott Street. For complete details, visit bowlbluffton.com, and don't forget about Friday Fun from 12 to 6. Only $1 per game and 50-cent shoes at a smoke-free environment. bowlbluffton.com. bowlbluffton.com.
You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money, you're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Blooming Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ossian. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Blooming Boutique.
'Twas the month after Christmas, and all through your homes were the remnants of cookies and candies and scones. You ate so much sugar it made you feel crummy, and you can't fit any more in your overstuffed tummy. Plus, you've been running on empty to get everything done, and to exercise now doesn't sound like much fun.
Could this be your post-holiday anthem? The cooking, the wrapping, the running, the sleep deprivation. You've spent the last couple of months worrying about everyone else. It's time to focus on you with a membership to the YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne. The YMCA provides physical and social enrichment through family-friendly programs. Whether you're taking a group exercise class, learning a new language, connecting with friends, improving your health and well-being, or participating in family outings with the Y. Start the new year on a healthy, active foot for you and your family. To find out more, go to fwymca.org and request a one-day pass from any Y in Allen, Whitley, and Wells County so you can try the Y for yourself.
And welcome back to the Castle, wrapping things up as Norwell comes away with a 65-40 victory over the Braves of Bellmont. Bellmont falls to 2-10 on the season and 0-3 in the Northeast 8. Norwell improves to 8-4 and 3-0 in the Northeast 8. After Greg gets through some final statistics, and show you, or at least tell you, the other final scores from around the league this evening, get you updated on some conference standings.
All right, very good, Derek. If you want to try to look some of those scores up, I'll go ahead and run through some stats for the visitors on the scoreboard and the losers who fall to 2-10 on the season. The Bellmont Braves were 13 of 38 from the field. just over 33%. From beyond the arc, 3 of 11. And really, the bulk of those were taken in the second half after just taking 3 in the first half. Hit 3 of them. From the free throw line, Braves pretty good, 11 of 14 on the night. They committed 10 turnovers. Individual scoring, they were led by Brady Manis with 8. No players reached double figures for the Braves. Peyton Boyd had 7. Joey Matthew, who did not score in the first half, ended up with 6. Lucas Strickler and Oliver Garris had 4 apiece. Aaron Lehrman ended up with 5 on 2 of 3 shooting and hit 3 of 4 free throws. And then Jordan Filling and Colin Selke each had a couple of points for the Braves. The Braves end up under their offensive average for the season at 40 points. On the other hand, Norwell significantly over their offensive average with 65 points. As a team, they were 21 of 45 from the field. They ended up 7 of 21 from beyond the arc. So, really that's a break-even mark at 33% after starting off. They were 5 of 18 through 3 quarters and then hit 2 of their last 3 in the fourth quarter, thanks to Cody Shively, James Smith. From the line, the Knights really good, 16 of 20 on the evening as a team. They also committed 9 turnovers, several of those by the second team late when Coach McBride emptied his bench. The Knights put 3 players in double figures this evening. Cole Wilson leading the way. He had as good a night as I've seen him have so far, Derek. He had 19. Will Geiger chipped in with 16, and then joining them in double figures, Cody Shively, who was really guarded hard tonight by Austin Ocampo, able to break free to get into double figures at 13. Also chipping in with 6 was James Smith. Brandon Nicholson cashed 4 points tonight. Also chipping in with 3 apiece were Robert Kittleson and Riley Stauffer, and Luke Zettis able to knock down a free throw for a total of 65 for Norwell. And we're joined in the press area by head coach Mike McBride. Coach, it just felt like, your lead was 14 points at the end of the first quarter. It felt like you were up 30.
Yeah, we had a real nice first quarter. The pace was really the way we wanted it, and put up 23 points right out of the gate there and hold them to 9. That's a pretty impressive first quarter. A lot of times, and we talk to our kids a lot about, a lot of times, you see teams win by 15 to 20 points. If you win the first quarter by 4, second quarter by 4, third by 4, and the fourth by 4, you won each quarter by 4. It doesn't seem like much, but you just won a game by 16. We talk, and if you extend that to 5, it's a 20-point win. And so we talk a lot to our kids about that you're not going to come out and you're not going to get somebody down, 20-4 after 1. Well, we kind of did that tonight. It wasn't quite that, but it was 23-9. That was pretty good statement by our guys coming out. I was a little concerned how we might come out coming off of, the big win at Leo, and Bellmont has kind of struggled a little bit this year. They didn't have a great record, so how good intensity would we have coming out? But practice-wise, it went pretty well all week, and I thought that carried over into the game.
Well, I thought you were just faster than Bellmont all night, stronger with the basketball, and I thought the beginning of that third quarter was that's when you really just kind of stepped on their neck.
Yeah, and that's something we've been talking about, whether it's the first 3 minutes of that third quarter are so crucial, and we have really tried to emphasize that with our guys, and we look at statistics from that, game in, game out. After if you take away Mississinawa, and you take away the Leo in the tournament, really for the most part, most of our third quarters we've come out in those first 3 minutes, and we've been able to win those first 3 minutes, and I think that's a big key. And then, and like you said, we kind of stepped on their neck, and we talked about that. We wanted to really put it away, and I think we were up 20 at the end of the third, and then. My goodness, we come out the fourth. We had the starters in to start the fourth, and it was 27, and I hadn't even gotten to the 6-minute mark yet. And I was thinking maybe I'll let him go till about 4:30, and it was like bang, it was already 27. I'm like, okay, well, we don't want anybody to get hurt here tonight. We'll get somebody else in there then.
Right.
So.
It got some significant playing time for some of your reserves tonight as well.
Yeah, and that's important because, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. We've had some guys really step up throughout this year and play big minutes. So anytime they get those opportunities, it gives them a chance a little bit to continue to gain that experience as we're going through. Again, if you look at our team, I mean, we only got 3 guys that played at the varsity level a year ago. So anytime we can get minutes for guys, it helps out. So it was nice to see those guys get some extra time in there tonight. They put a lot of time and hard work into it in practice, and we wouldn't be 8-4 or 3-0 in conference if it wasn't for the contributions that they make daily in practice. And guess what? And you know, the thing is when you're here on Friday night like this, it just doesn't go noticed. It's not noticed, but they're such a huge key for us, and they've all bought into their roles, and they're totally committed to the Norwell success, and so I'm so proud for them to have opportunity to play tonight and be able to do some things. I was so happy for Grant. He made unbelievable great pass to Brandon at the end, and we were all excited about that pass because it was just he caught it, he faced, he did everything right, and then made a great play. So we really had a good time with that tonight. But it was, I thought Will Geiger was incredible.
I don't know how many rebounds he had, but because I can't keep track of him and do everything else. But he had to. I know he had a double-double, obviously, but I think he might have had more rebounds than he had points, and I had him for 16 points.
Yeah, he was incredible. I mean, and I'm sure he had a double-double. I mean, he had 6 offensive rebounds alone in the first half, just offensive. And so I know that he probably had a double-double, which is, if that's the case, he's had 3 conference games where he's had 3 double-doubles, which is, I mean, I thought he was incredible. And you can see as the season's progressing, he's starting to mature a little bit more. He's getting more comfortable within what we want him to do. His aggressiveness is picking up. I thought that was evident last week at Leo. You know, but you know, here's a kid though that I would say almost every day, the last week of practice and this week, he has stayed after on his own for an extra 30 to 40 minutes to work. He has worked on his free throws consistently.
Yeah, that really showed tonight. He didn't miss one. I had him 8 of 8, I believe. From the free throw line.
Yeah, that's what it was. But again, we made a little minor tweak in it. He was shooting like 52%, and we made a little minor adjustment when I was watching some video, watching his free throws and watching him. We made a little change to it, and then but what he's done is then he stayed after and worked on it, and he's bought into it. He's listened, and so therefore you're starting to see the change.
Well, much better rhythm. I mean, that was evident to the naked eye watching it tonight.
Yeah, and so that's great. And we were 16 for 20 overall as a team. So, again, and we talked about it coming in, and I don't know what they were. They were 11 for 16. We talked about it in our meeting yesterday that we have made on the season 31 more free throws than our opponents have made. And we're not where we want to be. Our goal is to be more made than our opponents have attempted. We're not quite there yet, but we're inching closer to it. And if you can do that, you can put yourself in a really good situation. And I just think that we're playing really good team ball right now, and we just got to keep working. I mean, we've got 2 practice days to get ready for Heritage, which is, you know, a real solid physical team. I mean, it's going to be a little lower possessions the way they play, and we're going to have to be able to grind out some things, and we got to take care of that. And then obviously the next NE8 game is going to be at New Haven. And
that's a solid squad.
Yeah, and you know we're going to have to be on the top of our game. But I feel like, and our coaching staff feels like, we're just getting better every day, which is kind of how I thought we might go, because I felt like early we're going to be learning. There was a lot of new terminology, and now we're just continuing to progress. And so hopefully we can keep that up, and I think we will. I don't see why we won't. But it's a nice win. We're sitting atop of the NE8. I don't know what else happened in the other games. We'll find out later. But
yeah, Derek was checking on that, and I don't know what you found out, Derek. We'll talk about it here in a minute. Some of the other scores around the area, but I would agree with you, Coach. From my vantage point, it does appear. I was really impressed. I mean, Cody Shively ended up with 13 points tonight, but he let the game come to him. Ocampo was doing a great job on him, and able to score 13 points on just 7 shots.
It was very quiet.
Very quiet.
And again,
just let it come to it.
Yeah, and I think it's just a maturation process, and that we've been trying to work him through. And again, we talk all the time about taking great shots. If you just take great shots, and we're going to have a chance to shoot a higher percentage, and we're going to be in better offensive rebounding position. and they've bought into that. That's what's been so good, and then they're executing it. Right. So we really have done a nice job executing our sets. We'll have to continue to do that. We're probably going to have to, as we move further into the season, and we're going to have to figure out, okay, how can we maybe disguise some things a little bit differently? That'll be some things we'll work on. How can we disguise it and maybe still get into it, but yet have some other action to take place? Because we've executed well there, and we were able to get. You're right. Ocampo was really good. He was tight on him. He chased him a lot.
Yep. And
we're going to continue to see that. But we've got other guys that can do things.
Absolutely.
And if Cody can continue to allow the game to come to him, we're going to be pretty solid. But again, it goes back to we had those big three. They came through for us tonight, and we got to continue to have that.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we'll see you up at Heritage on Tuesday night.
Sounds good.
Have a great weekend.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for joining
Appreciate
us.
it. Yep.
All right.
Bye.
Head Coach Mike McBride joining us in the press area. And Derek, I know you were able to check on some scores. What did you find out?
Well, we do have all three of the other conference games tonight. It was a full slate. East Noble defeated DeKalb 42-39. Huntington North beat Columbia City 63-51, and New Haven defeated Leo 64-49. So
went the way we thought it was going to go.
East Noble gets their first win in conference play, so they're improved to 1-2, and the first loss to Columbia City, who won their first two conference games against East Noble and Bellmont, I think. So it shakes things out. It doesn't move anybody, but it gets the middle of the pack closer, and the top three are becoming a top tier and kind of separating themselves in New Haven, Huntington North, and Norwell.
Right, and so that game next Saturday at New Haven becomes awfully important for the Knights' chances of hanging on to the top of the NE8 standings.
Absolutely, and I think New Haven's probably going to be favored in that one, but Norwell's got the potential to beat them.
Oh,
if
sure
they
do.
continue to play the basketball they're playing as of late, they're going to have a good shot to go on the road to Armstrong Arena and beat the Bulldogs next week.
Well, Derek, we need to name a player of the game. Your thoughts?
Well, for me, it's pretty clear cut, and it's all because of the first half. 15 points in the first half for Cole Wilson, and that's who I'm going to chip my vote in for. I'm not sure how your feelings are, but not only did he have 19 points, he had a bunch of assists, was active on rebounds. Didn't have a lot of them, but was active and got a couple deflections on defense. Just played an all-around nice game this evening.
Yeah, I thought so, too. I thought he really took advantage of the fact that they were face guarding Cody Shively for that entirety of the first half and capitalized on it with 15, added 4 more in the second half for a total of 19, played a real nice floor game as well. So I agree with you, Cole Wilson, the man tonight. And we talked about him a little bit already, a couple other players. Will Geiger, great game from him with 16 and a ton of rebounds. And then Cody Shively also in double figures with 13. A nice balanced performance by the Knights tonight in what I would call their big three.
Yep, I would agree with you. Of course, that wraps things up this evening, but we will be back with you tomorrow night from Decatur. We'll be bringing the girls' action, and that is going to be very important in determining the outcome of the Northeast State. Belmont, much improved over where they've been. They're really taking a step in the right direction in that program, and Norwell coming off a tough loss on the road yesterday to a very good Whitco squad. So I expect a very close one tomorrow night.
We'll have it for you live from Belmont, probably around 7:45 or so. And until then, we appreciate you joining us here on WellsCountyVoice.com. Once again, your final, Norwell 65, Belmont 40 for Derek Decker. This is Greg Van Meter saying so long, everybody.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.